Hello everyone. In this video we're going to talk about characters in C. So let us start by saying how we can declare a character. So a character is another type like int and double, float. So again, if you are going to declare any character variable, so in this case you are going to use char before it. So for example, here I have char my character, char my other character, char my digit, char my special character. So in this case, actually, every time you are going to declare any char, you have to use, or any character, you have to use char before it. So reviewing some information we said like in the first video, if you are dealing with characters, in this case, you are having 1 byte reserved in the memory, right? And as we know that 1 byte is 8 bits, and from the binary system, we know that if you have 8 bits, so you have 2 to the power of 8, which is 256 different characters can be represented, right? And the 256 is actually very sufficient to represent the 26 letters, lowercase, and 26 uppercase, right? And the digits from 1 to 9. Sometimes you are dealing with them as characters, not numbers. And special characters. Okay, like $, asterisk, and operator, and so on. And some other reserved characters, which, for example, if you use /n, this is reserved character for the return or enter, /t for tab, and so on. Okay, so we have sufficient representations for all letters, special characters, and everything by reserving 8 bits in the memory. If you remember, when you are dealing with the int, you are reserving 4 bytes, right? Which, like in this case, 4 multiplied by 8, you'll find that you have 32 bits, and in this case, it's 2 to the power of 32, and so on. But in this case, in characters, we only have 1 byte, which is 8 bits. Okay, so let's see now the initialization. So we saw declaration. If you want to initialize, the most important thing that you use single quotation and then write your character inside, right? Okay, and as you see here, I have J or M capital or 9 or /n, as we said, which is going to a new line or a return. Okay, so all of these are, in this case, I'm doing the declaration and initialization at the same time. As you know, I can do the same thing here, which is char and then my character. This is declaration, and then I can, after that, say my character equals to single quotation J, single quotation, right? And in this case, I'm doing the initial or declaration first, and then after that, initialization. Okay, so from your readings, actually, you'll find that this is only an abstraction from the whole table, but you will find the table for the ASCII encoding. And ASCII encoding actually is taking each character, special character numbers, and then represented in binary, okay? Because your computer is only understanding binary, right? So you can't, in your computer, like in the memory, put A. In the memory, you don't have anything except 1s and 0s. This is why the ASCII encoding here is converting everything to binary. So for example, A, which is using decimal, is 97, but inside the computer itself, it is 1100001, which is the computer will understand that this is A from this binary code. And so on, the $sign here, 36, and this is representation 36, and so on. Okay, and actually these are very important, and it will be a good practice actually if you know the ranges of letters. So let's say A is 65, A capital, and A small is 97, and you will find that, like, try to subtract this number from this number, and same thing here, and you'll find that the difference between them is constant. right? So for example, if you are having a certain, let's say you have MS and this is written in capital, right? And you want to convert it into small letters. Given that you know the difference here between the numbers and it is the same for all of them, okay? So in this case, okay, you can subtract, like let's say here, if we have the subtraction, which is 97, okay, minus 65, in this case, it's 32, right? So here, M, whatever M, if you have its decimal representation minus 32, this will give M small. The same thing, S minus 32, this will give S small. Let me just try to make it smaller. Okay, and we will see that we'll use it with each other during the semester. Okay, so once you already declared the variable, okay, you will find that after declaration, in the memory, 1 byte will be reserved, and if you didn't do initialization, nothing will be there, but this is reserved for this variable. If you did the declaration with initialization, in this case, you will find that the ASCII code for your letter or special character or number will be written in the memory. Okay, so you'll find in the memory 11011101. Okay. Okay. As we said, there are some other special characters. We name them as escape sequences, like the /n, for example. This is one example. There is another one which is /t, which is having tab. In this case, it's around 5 spaces or something like that. So here, if you print f /n/t in text, you'll find that there is here around 5 spaces, right? Which is coming from /t. Okay. Also, if you want to use single quotation or double quotation, since this is already used in C, we always put them as a combination here, right? For example, printf is already using double quotation, right? If you want to print a double quotation, what you have to do? Okay, so in this case, you have to put before it the backslash, okay? And also we are using 2 backslashes to represent only 1 backslash. Okay, so let's see now a program actually, which is trying to scan a character and then print it, okay? And if you can see here, we start by just declaring 2 variables, and both of them are characters, var1 and var2. And then I'm printing, please enter the first value, and then scanning it. And as you can see here, it's %C, right? If you remember with ends, we are using %D, with floats, %F, with double, %LF, or sometimes we use %LF for floats and doubles, okay? And then, as you know, we are still using the AND operator, and if you remember, what is the AND operator? It's just saying, hey, take the value that the user will enter and put it in the address, right? In the address of var1, okay? Perfect. And then let's do the same thing with the next variable, which is var2. And finally, I'm going to print these variables, okay? So I'm having just printing statement. Now we are printing, and then going to the next line, a duplicate version of both inputs. And in this case, actually, I'm having %C, %C, %C 4 times, right? And then I must have 4 variables. Since you have 4 %C, in this case, you have to have 4 variables. And in this case, I wrote just var1, var1, var2, var2. So in this case, for example, if the user entered here A and entered here B, so what will be printed on the screen? Now we are printing a duplicate version of both inputs, and you will get finally A, B, C, Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just writing the alphabets. A, A, B, B. Okay, let's see that actually very quick. So going here, I think I already prepared that. So this is the same thing we went over, right? It's exactly the same. I just copied and pasted it here, and its name is char. And let's go here and char.c /o char, and then we are not having any errors. And then here, run it, and it's saying enter the first value. Let's have it as A. Enter the second value, and then B, and then now we are printing a duplicate version of both inputs. Let me tell you a trick actually. So here, if you can see, I have the %c here, okay, and then var1. In the second one, okay, I have a space here. Why I'm having a space here? Because actually, like, if you are not having this space, let us take it here and save and run the program here. You have to compile first to apply the changes and then running the program. So it's asking me for the first one, I wrote A, and then I'm going to press enter. Okay, once I press enter, this will be taken as the second input. So the problem here is that when pressing enter, this enter will go here, and in this case var2 will have enter or /n saved there in the memory. So to avoid that, I'm just having a space here. This space is saying that, hey, if the user entered the space or enter, please ignore it. So having this space and running again, you'll find that I'm getting the first one, pressing enter, didn't do anything. It didn't go to var2, and then entering B, pressing enter and getting the value. So this is very helpful actually if you are using a second scanf with characters, okay? I will stop here, and then our next video will be related to strings and how actually we deal with strings in C. Thanks very much for watching.